Sometimes the end of a sentence or phrase is missing in a dream. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. A dentist dreamed that she was walking into her father's wedding and arrived at the church to find her dad there, but without a bride. The families were sitting on opposite sides of the chapel, and she noticed that her father sat down on the side of the bride's family, which made her feel uncomfortable and rejected. She walked up to him and asked him why he was sitting with the bride's family, but just as he opened his mouth to answer, the dream ended. If we accept that the dream is an interior conversation, whether that discussion happens inside or outside the dream, you're still having the same conversation. With this in mind, I asked her to finish the dream. Just make it up, I said. Pretend. What do you think your father said? She responded, I'm going to sit with the other side of the family, but I still belong to this family. At the time, she was working with her father at his clinic. In the last few weeks, the dreamer had decided to open a much-needed dental clinic for children in another city with a longtime friend of hers. Very concerned that her father might feel rejected and in turn reject her, she had been waiting for the right moment to discuss her departure with him. Once she connected to what her dream was addressing, she was amazed at how accurately her choice of metaphors fit her dilemma. Let's look at her use of metaphors. I'm translating language here for you so that you can see how this dream mirrors the waking life situation. By staying in the same church as her father, she references her staying in the same field as a dentist because she would be, in essence, sitting with the other family, meaning in another city. How about the phrase she chose to finish the dream? I'm going to sit with the other side of the family, but I still belong to this family. She is saying, I'm going to work at another clinic, but I'm still your daughter and I still love you. The dream gave this young dentist a safe place to practice how she would break the news to her dad that she wanted to stop working at his clinic. She was also helping herself adjust to the impending move. Is the decision to move away from a parent a rejection of that parent? I think when we separate ourselves from our parents, we not only worry about how they may react, but often how do we convince ourselves that we should move away and that we are still part of the family? When this young woman took the opportunity to finish her dream, she gave herself a positive answer to the question, and with it, more confidence to approach her dad. Here's another example to give you proof that not only is a dream a conversation, but that you can have that conversation inside or outside the dream. It's what Carl Jung called active imagination. A 20-year-old dreamed she was at a party and had two pictures with her. One was of her aunt and her cousin, and the other was of her father. A friend asked to see them, so she gave them to him. And later in the dream, she went looking for the pictures, especially the one of her dad, who she had lost 8 years before, and which was very precious to her. In the dream, she found her friend, and he said that he put the pictures up on top of the fridge. She tried unsuccessfully to reach them, and the friend reached up, but only managed to retrieve the picture of her cousin and her aunt. She woke with the thought that she simply could not reach her father's picture. When I asked her if she had another picture of her dad, she said her aunt had many of them, but up until then, she had not felt comfortable asking for some. In fact, she'd recently been thinking about broaching the subject, but was afraid about putting up his pictures because maybe they would make her feel sad. Recently, she was beginning to feel so far away from her father, even starting to forget what he looked like. I wonder if having a picture of him around might help her feel more connected. Maybe that was the answer to this dream. I suggested that she pull a ladder over to the fridge, climb up, take the picture of her father down with her. The truth is that you can spend time with a departed loved one anytime you like. I had lost my own father 10 years before this discussion, and I shared how perhaps I can't see him, but I speak to him in my mind all the time. Bringing the latter into the conversation succeeded in freeing that trapped feeling the dreamer was experiencing. And using the new imagery, she was able to reach for her father. Afterwards, she went to her aunt and obtained some pictures of her father to hang in her room.